Okay, so we're going to start in geometry. We're going to do the first, there's 3 chapters in geometry, and we're going to do 2 of them in a row. So chapter 8 is geometry 1, triangles, quadrilaterals and theorems. So we're first going to look at revision of stuff you would have done in first year. This just tells you what a line is. Just be aware you might hear some of the terminology being said in questions. Just make sure you know that. Then we get on to actually angles, talking about angles. So just zoom down there. Says how sometimes angles are written. A right angle is 90 degrees. Angles in a straight line is 180 degrees. Acute, obtuse, reflex. The ordinary angle is generally called the angle that's less than 180, and the reflex angle is the outside one. Vertically opposite angles we would have done in first year. So that's just saying that D is equal to C and B is equal to A when you draw 2 straight lines. And angles around a point add up to 360. So angles in a full circle are 360. Now you should know all that. But if there's something you don't know, take it down, make a little note for yourself. You see there's no examples here because this is all done before. So what I just want to quickly look at is angles and parallel lines. Again, you would have done that, but I just want to go over that again for some people because sometimes they find it hard to see. So this, whenever there's 2 parallel lines, and you can see it's denoted by having 2 little arrows on them, you can see in your book there, they're parallel. And you can say something about the angles formed when you draw a line through them. So I'm just going to quickly look at these. And you can take these down if you want as notes, or you can just use them when you're attempting the questions. Once you see 2 parallel lines, there's going to be certain angles you can work out just by knowing some of these rules. So if you have 2 parallel lines and you draw a line through them, it creates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 angles. However, there's only ever 2 different angles, and I'll explain that at the very end. But say if you have this angle here and you're looking for this angle here, so they say this is A and this is B. They are both the same because there's an F shape there. So you can see that F shape there, and underneath the arms are the same. The same way there's a backwards F here. So this angle here, C, is equal to D. Okay, because you can find that F, and they're called corresponding angles. Okay, when there's that F shape present and you're looking for the angles in between, it's corresponding angles. If we look over here, the same way, if it's an upside down F, this angle here is equal to this angle here. Or if I look at the other way, this angle here is equal to this angle here. And they're called corresponding angles. Another thing we can look for is a Z shape. So if I look again, we've got parallel lines signified by those arrows. If I said this angle here and I wanted to find this angle here, this is the same as this because of this Z shape. And the same way, it's not as obvious when you have it like here, but that is the same, that again because of that sort of elongated Z shape. And they are called alternate angles. Okay, when you see a Z shape and you want to say that is equal to that, it's an alternate angle, the rules for alternate. And the last one that's probably not used as much is when you see a C shape. Okay, and obviously you see C shapes. So you see a backward C there, you see a forward C there. This angle and this angle, they're not the same, but they plus together to give you 180 degrees. So this angle here and this angle here would plus together give us 180 degrees. And they're called interior angles, or sometimes supplementary angles you might see written. Interior angles. So in this case, this angle and this angle would plus together to give us 180. This angle and this angle would plus together to give us 180. Okay, so if I just rub those out, and I draw, again, 2 parallel lines, and I draw a line through them, we've created 8 angles. This angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle. So 8 angles, which I'll only ever get 2 that are the same. Because if we look at it, if I look and I do this one dot, red dot, this angle is the same as the red dot because it's corresponding. There's that upside down F shape. This angle is the same as this angle because there's that alternate angle, there's Z shape. This angle is the same as this angle because it's opposite, vertically opposite angles. So the same way this would be the same as this. So all those 4 dots are the same angle. Now if I get my blue pen, this angle is equal to this angle, again that F shape. This angle is equal to this angle, Z shape. And this angle is equal to this angle because it's opposite. Also there's an F shape. This is opposite this. So whenever you draw parallel lines, you'll get 8 angles, but only 2 different angles. One will be obtuse and one will be acute. So all the blue angles are the same, all the red angles are the same. And they don't contradict each other. They're opposite, but they're also Z's. They complement each other. You don't have to use a specific rule. You use what rule you have the information for or that you're looking for. Okay, so just think of it. Whenever you have parallel lines, you can only ever have 2 different angles. Okay, one's obtuse and one's acute. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, instead of giving you examples to take down, I just want you to watch that video, and then I want you to go and try these questions. And really, if there's any questions whatsoever, please just ask and I'll go through that.